I really wish you were on Blackboard though, so you could put this on there.
Really wish what?
You were on Blackboard, so you could put this on
No,
there.
I'm not gonna put this on there.
That's
Yeah,
I
that'd
expect
be-
you to know about it.
Well, obviously, like,
You can go like really fast, so.
That sounds
Too
good.
fast enough?
This, yeah, this is good.
Not too fast.
Yeah, I got them all.
Yep.
Yep, got
Here's
it.
my brain.
Freedom of week, process through which people create and manage their relationships is called communication. Before Carmen can send on a message, she must encode, which will transform her ideas into meaningful messages. Feedback is the verbal and nonverbal response to people and their messages. Ethics are a set of moral principles that may be held by a society, group, or individual. The process of selectively attending to information through our senses is perception. Blank refers to our description of our competencies, that is self-concept, while self-esteem is our evaluation of our competence and personal worthiness. Is this useful or just a waste of time?
It's very useful.
It's helping.
If you believe you'll do well on this test and you talk yourself into it, some of that success can be attributed to self-fulfilling prophecy. Prejudice is a positive or negative attitude or judgment directed towards people simply because they happen to be members of a specific group. At the beginning of a relationship, it's important to reduce uncertainty. The desire to be open with a partner, yet still be close at times, is an example of a relational dialectic. Interpersonal needs theory includes affection, inclusion, and control. The body of words and the system for their use in messages that are common to a group of people is language. The dictionary definition for a word reflects the denotation of that word. The need for the verbal skill of dating is best illustrated by which of the following principles: things change with time. Saying Smythe, the female doctor, had a great deal of influence on the treatment of HIV is an example of
Marketing.
The technical term for the study of body motions used in communication is kinesics. Unknowingly, Tony nervously begins to play with the rings during the interview. She is using body motions to
Express.
body motions to express emotion. All of the following elements influence communication, however, color may stimulate both emotional and physical reactions. A culture that values personal achievement, voicing one's opinion, freedom, and self-expression is individualistic. The term for the system of beliefs, values, and attitudes shared by a particular segment of the population is culture. Believing that your culture is better than another is ethnocentrism. While all the following are maxims to consider when engaging in conversation, the quality maxim deals with providing information that is truthful. Conversational coherence is the extent to which comments made by a person relate to those made by another person previously in the same conversation. The only time it's appropriate to interrupt during a conversation is for clarification or agreement. The first stage of listening is attending. If in response to the statement, she's a very fast typist, you replied, how many words a minute can she do? You would be asking a
Clarifying question.
Which of the following is the best example of a mnemonic? Arranging the first letters of selected state capitals to spell a word. Feelings of concern or compassion are also referred to as sympathetic responsiveness. Advice giving is presenting relevant suggestions and proposals that a person could use to satisfactorily resolve a situation. Imagining what must be like to be in another person's situation is called perspective taking. Intimate self-disclosure is appropriate when it is reciprocated. According to recent research, women are likely to disclose more information about themselves than men. When you ask for feedback, you should be sure you're ready for an honest response. Perception of referent power derives from image, charisma, or physical appearance. If you try to get another person to like you, trust you, or have confidence in your ability, you are trying to use a means of persuasion known as credibility. Seeking common ground means looking for points to agree on. Assertiveness means defending our personal rights while still respecting the rights of others. All of the following are conflicts, but a pseudo-conflict is conflict that is apparent but not real. Conflict in a relationship is inevitable. The collaborating conflict style creates a win-win situation. In general, older adults are less likely to have cross-sex relationships than younger adults. Intimate relationships are marked by high degrees of warmth and affection, trust, self-disclosure, and commitment. Jealousy, the suspicion of rivalry or unfaithfulness, is one of the major destructive forces within relationships. Many scholars believe that self-disclosure is the essence of intimacy. When asked a question during an interview, you should think before answering to best portray your skills. Supervisors look for subordinates who are willing to perform more than is normally expected. By the way, teachers also look for students who are willing to perform more than is usually expected. Sexual harassment is unwanted verbal or physical sexual behavior that interferes with work performance. When dressing for an interview, you want to be a little more conservative than the average employee. When establishing trust in an intimate relationship, it is important to keep in mind that trust is risky. Self-disclosure is at the heart of the social penetration